slightly more clever options at certain time, could have added another 20 runs, and that could have been the game for England today.
Well, it would have been, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I want them to be entertainingly smart. I want them to entertain, but I also want them to use their nous and use their brain and realise that you can't just play one way. You can't set out to go and get 225 in every T20 game, because 180 may be another 160, maybe another 140 on a really bad wicket may be enough. But if you try and get 225 in every single game, the run the risk that you're going to play so many risky shots that you're going to come 20, 30 under par, whatever that par may be. So it's working out. The game hasn't changed so much that you don't need smart players out in the middle that assess what is a really good par score. And then you get to that par score, and if you get beyond that, you go, that's a bonus. But get to the par score by playing sensibly at times. Yes, being aggressive, take on the power play. And if you think you can whack it out the ground, of course you take that option. But there comes a time where you realise that you need one of your top 5 batters at least, probably your top 4 to bat the innings through. And if you've got one of those top 4 there in the 18th, 19th over, it's amazing how the last 2 overs generally fly to all parts and you get a flourish and you get all the momentum going into the halfway stage. England should have easily got to 185, and if they'd have done that today, they'd have won the game.
It reminds me of a story that Joy Bhattacharya tells us a lot about his time with Kolkata Knight Riders, where he says that Callis was the person who did that job for them. Where in the first couple of overs, as opener, he would suss out whether it was a 150 pitch or a 170 pitch or a 200 pitch, and that's the message he would send back, and that's how the players would kind of approach the innings. As you've played in so many IPL teams as well, you've been associated with so many. Have you ever seen any player kind of accurately do that?
Well, generally you have a gauge, and that's what you call the par score, isn't it? Yeah. So you're looking at the conditions, looking at the attack. You kind of know that, okay, on this pitch, this is the par score, and then you try and better that.
Yeah.
Now, how do you better that is by having a certain approach. So wickets in hand always helps with that.
Yeah.
And that's how you've been approaching. Now we understand that the T20 game also has evolved from that kind of thought process to being more aggressive in the first 6, setting that platform, and then somehow having that aggressive mindset going through or keeping that tempo through and through. But in that process as well, you still need to achieve that balance, and that's generally the conversations which you have amongst the batting group. So these are the things you learn, and that's what you see from the Indian batting lineup. In the recent past, you've seen that the batsman who is in is looking to carry the innings.
Yeah.
Today it was Tilak Verma. We've spoken about Sanju Samson. We've spoken about Tilak Verma in South Africa when he got
Abhishek
Sharma in the previous game. So I think that's generally the lookout, and that's generally the process which a lot of the teams are following. England trying to be a little different because they're trying to be aggressive through and through. They're saying, okay, 20 overs is not enough time for you to get all out. So, you can just keep on hitting. But maybe that little bit of fine tuning will go a long way in their approach.